Hey, great seeing you again. So, today I'm going to share one thought that is going to stop you from overeating. So, as you know, our thoughts create our results. And our thoughts can be so powerful when you really understand how they create what you want in your life. So, you have to be really aware of what you're thinking and the fact that one new thought in an instant can completely change the results. My coach, Brooke Castillo, talks about the concept of hammer thoughts. The thoughts that you think that just shut that shit down. So, for instance, if you're really having an urge and you want pizza and you just keep on thinking about pizza, and what happens is when you are having compulsive thoughts or thought errors, it's like irrational. So you're like, I want that, and you're thinking about it. You're just the truth is like when you're in that cycle and when you're really having an urge and before you overeat, you always have the chance to think a new thought that is going to completely change your state so that you get out of that and you're able to break away from the old patterns. So, a great example of this is, let's say you're at home and you're about to overeat either chocolate or candy or pizza or whatever, and you're really stuck in that desire and you want it so bad, and all of a sudden there is a knock at your door. You open the door and it's Oprah or Beyonce or whoever your person would be. In that moment, your thoughts would completely change from that pizza to Oprah or Beyonce, and you would be so excited. You would have no desire to eat that food. That thought and your excitement is that hammer thought that shuts that shit down to calm your mind and get you away from the food. Another example of this is from Penn from Penn and Teller. He lost, I think, over like 200 pounds or something like that. And the thought that he used that helped him move on and just rewire his brain and realize that he doesn't want the food anymore and to change that desire is, I've had enough of that type of pleasure. And that thought just works for him. He's like, you know what? I spent my whole life overeating and having that type of pleasure. And I think I'm going to choose something else. And that worked for him. So recently, I've come across a thought that is a hammer thought for me that has really changed the dialogue in my head. So I've been off flour and sugar pretty hardcore for the last week right now. And so going from this like eating flour and sugar pre-planned a few times a week to almost none of it has been a little bit of a mental shift, and my mind has been getting thought lost in thought errors. So I've been saying like, I want that, or I want that cookie, or oh, just this one bite, and just having these dialogues. And I've come to the point now where when I hear that, the first thing is the awareness and recognizing it, and then the second is I ask myself this one question: and then what? And then I play it out in my mind. So let's use a cookie for an example, because that's one of my favorite things to eat are cookies. So let's say I want that cookie. And then the question, and this is all in my head, the dialogue, or you can write this out, is, and then what? And then I would say, and then I would want another cookie. And then after that, what? And then what? And then I would eat another cookie. And then what? And then maybe I would eat more. And then what? And then I would feel like crap. And then what? Then I would wake up the next morning and realize that I'm stuck in a vicious cycle. And then what? And then I don't want to spend the next 20 years doing what I did previously. So do you see how the power of like playing out that one thought and then what? If you're able to play that out and use it so that you're like, okay, that's not what I want, and to change your state from wanting it to not wanting it just by going through. So the next time that you really want to eat or you're wanting to change your thought, try the thought out and then what, and play it out. And if you want more vlogs or want to learn more about my programs, check me out at laurenciesco.com or subscribe to my YouTube channel.